is up, y'all? My name is Nori and welcome back to my channel. So, hi! I'm alive. We're all doing good in this hood. The wedding is over. Post pictures up here. I got married. I did a gender reveal for my godson, aka, spoiler alert, he's a boy. And your girl has finally have some time to, you know, do what she loves. Hey, we are back. And if you did not know, my name is Nori and I do bookish things here, including reading adult books, YA books, middle grade, graphic novels, comic book, and manga. Hey, welcome back to my channel. Your girl has not posted. Actually, I have not filmed. And my glasses. Okay. So I'm back. I haven't posted anything in over, I think it's like been a month. And I haven't filmed anything for like a month and a half. So your girl is behind. But she's back. I got new bookshelves. A new setup is coming. And before I wanted to put my books together, I actually have to haul some books. I was like, clean start, new book haul. We're doing things over here. So I have like 20 books to haul, and I was gonna do an unboxing, but life happened, everything accumulated, and then I had some of the clips and then I didn't have any of the clips. So if I got a book from a certain company, which most likely is Owl Crate Jr., or Book of the Month, or Wattpad, I will just post like a little banner right here and I'll tell you where I got it from. So yeah, and some companies did send me some books, so we're just gonna begin. So the first book that we have here, it is Dream Country by Ashane Brown. Actually, I got a limited edition, so an advanced reader copy. I got an ARC, and first of all, the paperback, chef's kiss, but this is what the actual cover looks like. So this is Dream Country, and I'm going to read you the back because it is intense, and this is a sibling... And it says, a sibling rivalry to fuel your worst nightmares. Triple gods of sleep, dream, and nightmares suspected in their own mother's murder, separated by a deadly gate of horn and ivory. But what happens when the gates collapse? This sounds a little bit like mystery. This sounds like some sort of mythology here. Fantasy. It is around 400 pages, so not too bad. I am obsessed with the sheen of it, and I'm excited to get to this. I'm pretty sure this book already came out, so yep, it says April 2021. So if you have read it, let me know in the comment sections down below. Next up, it is Rick Riordan presents Paola Santiago and the River of Tears. This is another Rick Riordan presents. If you did not know, Rick Riordan, Percy Jackson, mythology writing sensation. He actually created Rick Riordan Presents to bring mythologies from all around the world. And this one is focused on La Llorona. There is a crying ghost in a river, and if you get too close to it, she'll take the children underwater to somewhere else. It's a scary story, but this book kind of tones it down, and this follows Paola, Emma, and Dante. And Paola loves science, so she does not believe in the supernatural. But when Paola and her best friend Emma go out to the river after her mom told her not to go to, La Llorona actually captures her best friend, and she has to enter the river to get her back. So this has mythology, fantasy, middle grade. We love to see it. The next book that we have here, it is Big Bone by Jo Watson. This is a Wattpad book. I love the cover, and we need more plus size representation, so here it is. And this follows Lori, and after Lori's parents divorce, she goes with her mom, but her mom and her have a very toxic relationship, and the old school that she went to, you know, she wasn't viewed as anybody else other than talented, and now this new school, everybody is prized. They love their bodies, you know, hair and all that stuff. So she don't want to deal with it. She just wants to blend. But her brother actually befriends the hottest or the popular guy in school, which means that she gets to tag along in all of that stuff. But her mother's relationship, it's deteriorating to a dangerous level. So we're following her through high school, self-love and like all of that stuff. I'm super excited to get to read to this because again, we need more plus size representation, and also we need more representation in the lines of, you know, toxic parent, because the parent is not always right. Hopefully this gets translated in a healthy, non-toxic way. So I am excited to get to this. The next book that we have here, it is Creatures of the Night by Grace Collins. This is another Wattpad book. This comes out July, so it hasn't come out yet, but I want to say I'm a little, like, I'm practically like halfway there. So I'm just going to read the back of the book so you get kind of like an idea, because it's a little bit tough to describe. It says, make your way home at 5. Be in the tunnels as the sun begins to fall. Seal the entrance. Leave enough room for malfunction. These are the rules I grew up with. The ones I never dared to break until now. So this follows Milena. Yeah, so this follows Milena, and she lives in a village, and this village has to take certain precautions to keep the night creatures out. So they live under the tunnels, and these people get to hunt. It's like almost like a rite of passage, and she is almost 20, so that means that she can become a hunter now. So it starts off there, but there is something dark and sinister in this village, and we are about to find out what. So it follows Milena's story, and it follows the Creatures of the Night story, which the leader is Elias, so we get to follow some of his perspective as well. So far it's been pretty interesting. It's a good read. I'm having a good time, so yeah. The next book that we have here, it is The One and Only Ivan by Catherine Applegate. This is well, it says right here now, major motion picture, so this is a movie, and it follows Ivan, I believe, and Ivan is a gorilla, and he's actually in the mall. So I think there's like a display in the mall, and he lives in the mall. He doesn't mind it. He actually doesn't even like thinking about living in the jungle. He doesn't care. He cares about his friends and painting and watching TV shows. So when this baby elephant, I believe her name is Ruby, gets taken away from her parents and gets put on the display, they get to know each other, and Ivan starts to discover things about his life and his friends. And I heard that this was a beautiful story. It's middle grade, so it's gonna have a good life lesson, and the blurbs on the back that says, this beautiful life-affirming story will soar directly from Ivan's heart into yours. So this sounds so cute, and I'm excited to read it. The next book that we have here, it is Along for the Ride by Rachel Make. This is another Wattpad book. It has not come out. Actually, I lied. It has come out. So this is the final copy here, and this follows Caitlin, and Caitlin's brother is a pop star, a superstar, and she doesn't want nothing to do with it. But when her family decides that they're gonna go all on tour, she has to leave soccer behind, her friends behind for the summer, and she's not happy about it. But it comes with perks, because the opening act to her brother's concert is one of her favorite rock bands. So there's this cute rock lead singer, and they kind of hit it off for the summer. So this is like a road trip. I'm pretty sure it has some sports in it and rock star romance. So it will be a nice summer read. Next book that we have here, it is another middle grade with a beautiful cover, and it is The Elephant in the Room by Holly Goldberg Sloan. And this follows Sela, and Sela's mom had to travel back to Turkey to get her immigration papers, but because everybody knows it takes a long time, it's been hitting a year, and it has hit the family hard. So she and her father, he's a mechanic, they have to go move somewhere else for him to be able to work. And there she meets this grandfather who won the lottery and now is trying to rescue an elephant. So there are bonds created there, and the blurb, it literally says, which I literally just want to cry from reading it. It says, a moving story of family separation and the importance of connections between humans and animals. So This sounds so cute. It sounds heartwarming, and it sounds like I'm probably going to be crying the whole entire book. So yeah, we're not surprised. The next book here that we have, it is a graphic novel, and I have been looking everywhere for this, and I finally saw it in Barnes & Noble. So this is actually maybe like, I have 3 books that I actually bought, so this is one of the ones that I actually bought with my own money, and it is In Real Life by Cory Doctorow and Jen Wang. I believe this was like super popular on YouTube a couple of years ago, and then I added it to my TBR, and I never found it, and I just didn't feel like ordering online. But I went to Barnes & Noble, and it was literally on display, and it was the last one, so I was like, it was meant to be. This book is mine. So yeah, I don't really know much about it because I just want to go in not expecting anything, but I'll read the little blurb right here, and it says New York Times best-selling. I feel like all the books say that, but moving on. It says graphic novel that takes a sensitive, thorough look at adolescence, gaming, poverty, and culture clash. So this has a lot of important topics wrapped around in RPG gaming. So gaming, graphic novel with some hard-hitting topics. It's gonna be a blast. I know I'm gonna like this book. The next book that I have here, it is Sweet and Bitter Magic by Adrienne Tooley, and this is an Our Crate exclusive because, oh my god. And pages, chef's kiss. So this follows Tamsin and Ren. Tamsin is one of the most powerful witches of her generation, but she commits the greatest magical sin, which we don't know what it is, but she did it, and she gets exiled, and they put a curse on her, which is the inability to love. So she can't love anybody, she can't feel love, nothing of that sort. And then Ren is what we call some sort of like a source. She can't use magic, but she is magic. Like, she is made of magic. But when you get discovered, or if you have some type of magic, they send you to the coven to train. So because her father is ill, she doesn't want to train, so she has hid her magic for a very long time, or all her life. And another important thing is that this is a queendom. So something happens where like the magic gets stolen from everybody, and her father gets affected by it. So they actually team up because she needs to stop the witch that bestowed this curse upon the queendom. And she says that if she can help her father, she will give her her love, so she can return her magic to Tamlin, which I don't know which one. I just pointed at her. I don't really know. So this is like a YA witchy fantasy, which is a great time. This cover is beautiful. I haven't heard a lot of people talking about it, but I'm still excited to read it. The next book that I have here, it is Victoria Schwab's Bridge of Souls. This is her middle grade ghost story. This is her paranormal story, and this is the third and final book. I have been meaning to read both of these books, which everybody knows Victoria Schwab, V.E. Schwab, and she is a great author. I have read some of her works, and I've actually loved them. So of course I was going to get this book, and I can't really say too much about this, but it's a middle grade story. It's a paranormal story. There is cats in here, and there's ghosts. So this is perfect for October. And like me, I don't read paranormal anything. I'm a scaredy cat, so like I know that I'm going to enjoy this because it's a little middle grade, so it's not as intense as YA or adult. So your girls is gonna read it. Like, I think I will be able to handle this. The next book that I have here, it is Witches Steeped in Gold by Shannon Smart. This book is gorgeous, and it is on my TBR, which is a plus. It's an Owl Crate version, and I just love it. I love looking at it because it just looks intense, And this is another witchy fantasy book, and it follows Uriah and Jasmine. Now, Uriah was exiled from her island because the queen who is in charge, she is self-crowned, you know, she took the place apart and took the crown for herself, so she is exiled. And then the queen's daughter, which is Yasmin, she does not like her mother, because the fact is that the fact is that the queen, her mother, in order to get stronger, she actually kills her lineage. So she had a sister before, mother killed her and took her power, so she has no intentions of dying. So these two witches actually team up together, form an alliance, which they both hate each other, to kill the queen. So that sounds so good. It sounds intense. It sounds witchy. There's gonna be some back and forth. We love the banter. We love the enemies to friends or enemies to lovers. I don't know, but I know that they're enemies to something powerful, which is a plus. It is like the ultimate trope. So I cannot wait to read this book. The next book that I have here, it is The Last Shadow Warrior by Sam Sabiri, and this is a middle grade fantasy, which I'm very excited to read. And I love the cover. Like, those colors are those colors are really popping. They're doing something for me, and I love it. So I'm just gonna read you the blurb. Like, these colors, I love color blocking. So it says, an ancient enemy, a deadly quest, and she thought 6th grade math was hard. Girl, I feel you. So there's gonna be a quest, there's an enemy, there is some magic, and they're just kids. It's gonna be a fun time. I know it. The next book that I have, it is Bone Criers Dawn by Catherine Purdy, and this is the second book in the series. I don't know if it's a duology or not, but this is the second book, and it is Bone Criers Moon, I believe is what it's called. I'll probably post a picture up here. So this is the aftermath of that book, so I really can't talk about this book, but Bone Criers Moon, it follows 3 characters, Bastian and the 2 other girls. I can't remember their names right now, which total fail on my part. But Bone Criers are supposed to kill the person that they are destined to love. So one of the girls is going to kill Bastian because she is destined to love. Bastian's father got killed by Bone Criers, so he is out for revenge. And then the best friend is trying to stop them from killing each other and try to break traditions here. So there's a lot going on, and I heard that it was a fun time. So your girl is excited to finally start the series. This is an Owl Crate exclusive, of course, and it has silver pages. I don't know if you can tell, but it's not actually white. It is silver. This book is beautiful, and I'm excited. The next book that I have here, it is Circerios and the Desert of Souls by Kalea Rivera. Now, this is a middle grade. It's shiny. It's cute. The colors are popping. It's actually a yellow book, which you guys know that I appreciate because I don't have a lot of yellow books, which is very sad because yellow books make me happy. So yeah, this follows Cici, and in her town, they're plagued by these creatures, what the book calls criaturas, translation, creatures. So in this town, it is actually not a good thing to become a bruja or witch. So witches are frowned upon in this town, but one of the creatures actually kidnaps Juana, her sister, and then the town just lets her go because only a bruja can talk to these creatures. So Cici is not giving up, and she decides to go on the quest to become a bruja or a witch, and she is helped by the coyote spirit, who actually has a soft spot for humans. So this is going to be exciting. Another witchy book. I love that for me. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun time. This is going to be another quest, fantasy middle grade. We love to see it. The next book that we have here, it is a gorgeous cover. I want to say one of my favorite covers. And it is The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joanne He. I don't know if it's he or he. But, hold on. Tell me that this is not the best cover you've ever seen. Like, this art, I would literally hang up this picture if I could. So this follows two sisters, and this is actually a sci-fi book. I would have never guessed that this was a sci-fi book by the cover of it, but it is a sci-fi book, and it follows C and Casey. So these sisters have been separated, and we don't know why or how, but C actually finds herself in a deserted island, and she built this robot, and she lives by the sea, and she has no memory of anything. And that is until one day she actually remembers something, and that she has to get back to her sister. And then we follow Casey, who she is a brilliant scientist and living in some sort of like bubble. I don't know if it's a bubble, but disastrous things happen on Earth, and she lives in this protective dome where science is important, and what keeps them alive and what keeps them safe from Earth's tragedy. But she finds out that the people are very conniving, and it's not even safe to be there. And then she finds dark secrets that maybe that these disasters were man-made. Go figure. So I'm going to read you the blurb because it's a lot to handle. In this climate-ravaged future, the love between two sisters is the only hope for humanity's future. This sci-fi at its best, floating cities, kindness, and deserted islands. So I'm getting a lot of vibes here, and I'm excited. The next book that I actually bought, one of the books that I did buy, and I don't even know what to say about this book. We're talking about Den of Vipers by K.A. Knight. If you have TikTok, you're gonna know this book, because this book I swear has been on TikTok for a while. But the reason that I picked it up, it was like, I have Kindle Unlimited, and it was one of the suggested ones, and I don't know why, but sometimes when I'm in a reading slump, which this year has been a whole reading slump, I just pick up a random book from Kindle Unlimited and then I read it, and this was one of them. And oh my god, this book is nasty. I loved it. Okay, this is a dark mafia romance. This girl, our main character, she gets kidnapped by this biker gang. She actually doesn't get kidnapped. I just remembered. She doesn't. So this story follows her main character, and I want to say that she was kidnapped, but she's not. She's actually sold by her father because her father had gambling debts, and this gang actually runs the town. So he sells his daughter in order to settle his debts, and yeah, it follows her and the gang. And I'm getting secondhand embarrassment just thinking about this book, because I'm telling you, this book is nasty. This is like, I don't even want to say 18 up. This is like 21 up. If you like dark romances, this is going to be your book. But this book is not for everybody. I am telling you, not for everybody. But as you can see, this thing is a brick. I don't know how I read this book so fast, but I did. And it is 635 pages, and yeah, no, it's thick. This book is thick, and it was a wild adventure. And I don't want to say I recommend it, because I really don't. But if you like dark romances, like the Kindle Unlimited romances, you gotta pick this up. We are coming down to our last three, and the one that I'm going to be talking about, it is Emily Henry, People We Meet on Vacation. I gave Emily Henry's last year 5 stars. That was actually her first like romance, and it was great. A lot of people have loved it. I loved it. It was bomb. So this is her second book. It's actually from Book of the Month. So yeah, I don't know if it's just me or the pet peeves, but I hate when books have different colored spines. Like, I really do hate it. It's like one of my pet peeves. I just wish that it matched the covers, but we have a green one, which I'm not too salty about because I don't have that many green books. But yeah, so we have green and we have orange. So definitely a summer read. And this follows Poppy and Alex. And I believe they were two best friends and they had a fallout because I don't even know. They had a fallout. I don't even know what goes on between them. But now they do re-meet again in some kind of cruise ship and they rekindle their friendship and maybe something else. So I'm guessing that this has like flashbacks to the past and the present, and I guess will let us know the tea of what happened in this relationship. So I'm excited. Emily Henry, she's a great writer. I can vouch at least for her romance. And yeah. The next book that I'm going to be talking about, it is Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline Bully. This is a native story and it's a lot, but I'm just going to read the blurb and hopefully you will understand because, again, it's a lot to explain, but it sounds intense. So it says, Firekeeper's Daughter is an electrifying thriller layered with rich exploration of the modern native experience, a reckoning of current and historical injustices, and a powerful celebration of community. So this is, I guess this is going to be a thriller, but the main character is 18, so I want to say it might just be like a new adult thriller. And I'm excited. You guys know that I don't really do thrillers, but something about this, it caught my eye and I don't know, something just told me to read it, so I want to read it and I got it from Book of the Month. So I'm excited. I'm a little hesitant because you guys know how I am with thrillers, but and this book is pretty thick too. It's not too bad. It's almost 500 pages, so nothing too crazy. But yeah, I'm kind of excited, a little hesitant, but excited to read this. If you have read this, let me know in the comment sections down below. And the last and final book, we got a thickums here, and it is Nine of Swords by Brooklyn Quintana. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not even 100% sure if this book is out or not, but the publisher did send it to me and I'm super excited. First of all, thick, like, boy right here is thick. It is around like 760 pages. I started reading it and I'm really enjoying it, but it was a while back, so your girl's gonna have to start over, but no problems. Again, I was enjoying it, so I don't mind starting over. I'm gonna read you a blurb in the back because once I read this to you, you're gonna be like, oh, I need to add this to my list. Okay? Yeah. So it says, welcome to the Morency Academy of Military Arts. You guys know it's already a school. Chef's kiss. I'm gonna love it. As one of your students, we expect that you will fight till the end and win by any means necessary. Now that you're here, there are a few things that you should be made aware of. Firstly, be mindful of the water's edge. The mermaids are not always to be trusted and the dolphins are quite unreliable. When I tell you that I read that thing and I was like, mermaids? Deuces, I need this. Second, try not to get lost in the catacombs. You shouldn't wander too off. Your safety cannot be guaranteed. Scary. And remember, be wary of the jungle. The trees like to rearrange themselves, and do steer clear of the vines lest you not return from your adventure intact or even alive. We hope to see you at the end of the year games should you make it that far. Oh my god. Oh my god. I haven't heard a single person talk about this. I don't know if this is yeah, I think that this is like self-published or a very small company. But when I tell you that I read that, I was like, I need it. I would love to read this book and bring light to it. So yeah, this is definitely on my TBR. Again, I already started it and I was really enjoying myself. And then life happened and then I kind of stopped reading. I got into a giant slump. And your girl actually feels like filming, reading, being productive, it's all good. So this is gonna be definitely on my TBR, or at least my bedstand. So yeah. Alright y'all, and that is all for this video. I put them all in the back because as you can see, it's a lot of books, and you will see that I don't know if I'm going to put the clip over here, but I try to carry all of those books. I think I did succeed if you're going to see it in the thumbnail, but oh my god, it was a lot. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my channel. If you made it this far, please put the peace emoji, because this is actually one of my favorite emojis. And if you have nothing else to say, put purple hearts down below, because purple is my favorite color. It has always been my favorite color. So I love purple hearts. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.